Have you ever recorded an entire video but without the microphone audio accidentally, so it renders the entire footage useless and you wasted about 2 days of your time recording something that you can't put out? Well, in other news, here's a disaster video because it's much faster to record. Today we're taking a look at a True Heir of Timur achievement run, which the previous player got successfully in 1549 as Afghanistan into the Mughals, but they had to truce break and apparently it's super unstable, so, you know. Let's take a look at what we've got. But first, a quick word from the sponsor of today's video, Star Trek Fleet Command. You can find the download link in the description to play the game for free on iOS and Android. The exciting update Strange New Worlds is arriving in Star Trek Fleet Command. Play through a fresh story in the Star Trek universe alongside the new Paramount Plus show with weekly episodic mission. Meet new officers on the USS Enterprise and discover evolving game features with new abilities, enemies, and more as you progress through your journey. With the new holodeck building, you can always go back and experience the past story arcs and missions to keep yourself up to date. Remember, Star Trek Fleet Command and the Strange New Worlds update are available to download for free on iOS and Android using the link in the description and the pinned comment. And once again, another thanks to the team for sponsoring today's video. Alright, 1549. This is, a sort of a slight problem, just a little bit. This appears to be somewhere in the ballpark of 185,000 rebels, and yes, I did count them. We have -6 Diplo power, -3 stability, a tiny bit of corruption from from overextension and unbalanced research. Speaking of research, yeah, I can kind of see why. That makes a lot of sense. War exhaustion is at maximum. Impressive. We have the Peasants' War. Extra cool. And maybe we can release Deccan, though. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Okay, so the previous player did finish the mission, but they didn't release Deccan, which would have been very useful considering all of the cores that you haven't completed in Deccan. Very cool. Yeah, that is 184% overextension, 37 national rest. Oh man. Dude. Wait. No. You have to be joking, man. I don't even, okay, here's the plan. So, yeah, we have a lot of problems, obviously. The economy is, generally not actually that bad. For 1550, this is a decent amount of income. Unfortunately, we're spending double that somehow. A lot of it's on interest, a lot of it's on fort maintenance, a lot of it's on the army, but also this corruption is disgusting. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. Let's see here. Well, I'm actually gonna start by going ahead and stating more things. You're gonna think that's you're crazy. Like, why would you do that? Well, we're gonna get about half of the money from this place. From all these states, we're gonna get half the income and half the manpower. It's also gonna sort of make me go over the governing capacity a little bit, but that's not really that big of an issue. We have a bit of extra land that we can give over to the Mansabdars, and can we give the Rajputs land? Yes, it looks like it. Okay, yeah, I'll do that too. Okay, that's everything we can state. Now you have plenty of mercenaries that we're going to use to, well, maybe try to clean up a bit of this mess. You know, my friend, for 1550, you appear to have quite a lot of artillery, I must say. That's a little more artillery than I would expect. In fact, I think the biggest issue is that you're not even using your full combat width, you just have a lot of artillery. That's actually a really big problem. What you want to do is fill out your combat width with infantry and cavalry, especially cavalry, because you're the Mughals, you currently have 30% cavalry combat ability. So I would like to see these stacks actually consist of roughly around 23 infantry, 4 cavalry, and maybe 4 cannons at this point. Well, we can deal with that later, but just, you know, for future reference. And I guess we should start dealing with some of the overextension. I wonder if there's anyone we could actually release down here to make this easier on ourselves. Braincells. So we have a lot of cores that I don't actually want to core. How about Carnatic? Never heard of this tag, but welcome to the world, Carnatic. We're gonna need you. So let's grant them a bunch of provinces that I can't core. Am I coring any of this stuff? I don't think so. Okay, that should deal with a couple of the issues. If you're already losing this much money, then getting yourself an admin advisor is not really going to change that much. You might as well just get one, right? We make most of our money off of taxation still, which means we can just pick up a tax guy. It'll probably pay for itself. Also, the trade situation. Ah, yes, this is not doing anything that it's supposed to. Like, not at all. This is really bad, actually. We'll just move this merchant, which is in Doab, down to Coromandel. And you see, the real problem is that while they're in here, they're doing literally nothing. Now, ideally, we actually want all of the money in India to go towards here, because Gujarat's a really nice node. It collects pretty much everything. Alright, Karakoyunlu's left the coalition. I can only really pray that more people will do the same, but it doesn't look that likely. Nobody wants to ally us. I wonder how that could possibly be. Well, we are allied to the Mamluks, Ayutthaya, Kam, and of course we have our vassal. Just hopefully the Mamluks don't want to betray us or anything, so let's just make sure that doesn't happen. Can't believe your aggressive expansion reached Spain. Oh boy. I know what you did. I know what happened here. You definitely took provinces from non-co-belligerents. That's how I messed up my first Mughals run. Trust me, it's just not worth it. Just take your claims and leave, buddy. It's not worth stealing non-co-belligerent land. Okay, looks like we solved a lot of your issues here. As you can see, you're making pretty much double what you were off of trade previously. That's a good step in the right direction, although of course we have many more things to improve. I wonder, can I release another vassal maybe? Maybe someone over here in Bengal? Yeah, I think that's worth it. The overextension is costing us quite a lot in corruption costs, which we have to spend actual money to fix. And while we're spending money, we can't repay our loans, which are also massive. And we also have a whole lot of, stability decrease, which directly increases the interest. So we really want to fix that. There seems to be only one possible place we can release a country, so let's do that here. Bishnupur. Also, sorry, did you take the full cost of colonialism? The full 50%? Wait a second, wait a minute, this guy doesn't have colonialism. It's been 50 years. Alright, cool. No, that's cool. Let's see if we can maybe ask somebody for that. Like the Mamluks, they have that. They can probably sell that to us, right? We just need to have no loans. That's actually a pretty tall order. So once we fix the economy, hopefully the Mamluks will see that we're open for business and they'll sell us the institution, because I really, really don't want to spawn that. Yay, more coalition members. Even better, now the printing press has spawned. Whoopee. Okay, where's my capital? I have to admit, that's gotta be one of the weirdest places. Is that a mission? Whatever. Oh yeah, I never checked your ideas. Alright, administrative and quantity. Hey, someone took the right idea choices. That's good. That's really, really good. I'm actually really glad you did that. Also, I have apparently finished a mission, but I'm not gonna take that. What I will do is probably take out a bit of debase, and then spend my legalism here to get rid of that. Okay, the coalition keeps on getting bigger, and I keep getting a little bit more anxious. Let's finally get rid of all the mercs, since they're more expensive than they're worth, and instead we're going to fix a couple of your templates. We're going to send these extra cannons down here, except we only need 2 of them down here. Well, that's fine, we'll keep the extras. There you go, looking better already. Let's get rid of one of your generals. You really don't need all of these, and it's wasting your points. I'll just go with Merchant Navy, why not? Sorry, is that 106,000 Mughal peasants likely to rise up in 1 year? Oh boy. Ottomans left the coalition. Yes, that's exactly what I was going for. Quick tip, ladies and gentlemen, if you have someone in a coalition who you really don't want to have in the coalition, get their opinion to above 50. Then they can't be in the coalition. That's something that's really important to remember. Now we're making a very little bit of money. 30 ducats, it's not fantastic for, what we could be doing right now, but it's serviceable. So we're gonna swap over to a stability cost guy. He's a little bit more expensive, but that's fine. We really just need his ability. We're also, of course, in the middle of a peasants' war, which is terrible. I completely forgot about that, actually. So we need to get that stability to +1. Okay, this is the lowest cost we're going to get out of our stability, and unless we can maybe make the Ulema happier, but I don't think we can. So let's take our 3 stability. Well, close to 3 stability. That should reduce a lot of our interest as well. And how about I also take a bit of land back? Now, you might be a little bit surprised to hear that I will not be decreasing the war exhaustion manually, even though we have extra points, we don't need the next Diplo tech, and all that stuff. Well, the main point is that we don't have the institutions we need. That's kind of the biggest issue. And, of course, no one's going to give us the institutions, because you need a friendly nearby province to spread it, or you need someone to directly sell it to you. I'm probably going to have to develop them both. I know what I said earlier, just, you know, facts of life suck. So I'm going to keep the military power and the Diplo power ticking, so that hopefully I can actually spawn it at some point. Alright, there we go. We finally finished the Peasants' War. Order's been restored, we get a bit of prestige and legitimacy. Let me just drop a bit of prestige on a subject maybe, just for fun, why not? And now the price to increase your stability is much cheaper. Things are looking a little, you know, too stable, if you know what I'm saying, so... Yeah, I'm actually just gonna decrease a bit of the autonomy. See, there you go, now you're making some big money. And I'm gonna spend that big money on making sure you can, get a bit of extra money from your trade. Oh, there goes the heir. Thankfully replaced by a really good heir. Not sure what the old one was like, but I like this one better anyway. Oh hey, my subject actually has colonialism. I don't know how, but I'm just going to accept it. Seriously, I have no idea how this happened. They might have gotten an event or something, but couldn't really tell you. Well, our country is so big and I have so many extra points that it wouldn't really matter if I create a second point of spread. It'll still take a while for us to embrace the institution, so you know what, why not, right? Alright, I've actually developed enough to sell some titles. Super helpful. I can upgrade a few more centers over here, while also repaying a few loans. In fact, this is the last 1% loan, so if I repay this, then I should be able to retake those loans, which are now larger, and I can repay the loans with larger interest. So now the overall interest we have to pay has been reduced to just around 4 ducats. A much better improvement. Once again, we can also reduce our piety after debasing some currency, and that'll give us enough money to maybe build a couple more ships. I really want more ships. Now, after around 9 years since we began this disaster save, you have 207 ducats per month, when I think you started at around half of that if I remember correctly. Of course, we can't forget to also build a flagship. That'll be a light ship with trade power per ship, as well as blockade impact, and monthly chance for admiral skill gain. Alright, I feel like the coalition should probably start to collapse soon. Let's see, relative strength is 140, really? Huh, I expected a lot less. Now that you also have 2 subjects, it's probably a good idea to grab the integration policy. Make that a little bit cheaper. Since I will start to integrate them, it won't take too long, maybe like 20 years for this one. Ooh, Europe's in flames right now. Which side's gonna win the League War? Oh, that's a tough one, actually. The Catholics have Spain, Portugal, the Commonwealth, Denmark, and England on their side. But the Protestants have France, Russia, the Ottomans, Bohemia, and a lot of the miners on their side. Huh, that might actually be a decent war for once, instead of it being one-sided all the time. Alright, let's take a look at your possible age missions. I think it's pretty obvious by this point we want institutional spread, we have many states to cover, and not a lot of time to cover them. Okay, there we go. Now all the unrest is at minus 5.6. I'd say that's a pretty decent improvement over plus 37. I might also need to increase your governing capacity again, so let's give the Brahmins some land. And maybe the Jains as well. There goes the king. That guy was really good. I think he was like a 5.66 or something. Absolutely crazy, but at least this new guy, he's not terrible. Congratulations, you now have 0 loans. You're making 228 ducats a month. Your unrest has been obliterated, and all we're waiting for is to embrace this institution so we can maybe grab a few technologies. Probably not this one though. And then we'll have to grab the next institution as well. Also, where's Cam? Where even is that guy? Right, you? We don't need you as an ally anymore. That's fine. Ugh. Okay, that heir is gonna go for a swim real quick. Goodbye. Huh. Don't mind if I do. Okay, let's improve it by 1, and then we'll take this too. Congratulations, all of India has now been stated. Just integrate your subjects here and you'll have the entire thing as a state. And I went ahead and built 2 more armies here and updated the old ones to have more artillery. I'm hoping this will convince more countries to leave the coalition, since we'll be so much stronger. Another one of these, okay, alright, I guess I'll take that stability again. That's a much better heir, just like his father. The relative strength of the coalition is now minus 96, okay. Well, the coalition probably isn't going to attack you at this point, and even if it did, you'd probably just be fine. Besides, if you're really still feeling a little bit worried, you could probably just add another 150,000 men. At this point, your economy is ridiculous, and I don't think anyone's going to really be able to challenge your army. Yeah, this coalition's not really going to last much longer. That being said, I'd say this save is definitely repaired. All you have to do is wait a couple of months to have enough money to embrace the institution. Afterwards, try to dev it somewhere over here. I mean, like, the dev's a little bit higher and stuff, so I don't know. And then after you have that embraced is when I'd probably embrace the next Miltech as well, because no one will be declaring on you. I really like the True Heir of Timur achievement because, you know, most achievements don't really require you to stretch your country to its absolute limit, but True Heir of Timur is definitely one of those. I think it's currently like the 4th hardest achievement in the game, something like that. So, original player, you actually did really well. You should be proud of this achievement. It's really difficult. Although I would have done things a little bit differently, a run is a run, and that one was complete nonetheless. That being said, for the rest of you watching, if you want to submit your own save, you need to email me over at corbettgaming@gmail.com. All of the requirements for a given save will be in the description. For instance, please don't send me modded runs. I had one guy send me one that had a mod that I wasn't going to download for that, okay? So make sure it's Ironman compatible, if not Ironman already, and then you're good to go. Also, I need something harder than this. I need the worst campaign you have ever tried. I need something that seems impossible to survive. If you think you have one of those, then be sure to send it my way. But for now, this is Corbett signing off, hoping you enjoyed the video, maybe learned a couple things, and as always, have a fantastic day. Hey, take a look at these guys on screen. All of them are patrons, and they helped make this channel possible. If you'd like to get your name up here, as well as early access to every single video, all you have to do is visit the link in the description and donate $1 monthly to the Patreon. And if you're looking for anything interesting to watch after that video, you can check these ones on screen.